Coming up, I do battle with my nemesis from last year's Irish Poker Open, and one of us is about to win a life-changing bounty prize. Plus, an unexpected twist on day 2 spells disaster. But for who?
Hello folks, and welcome to the Irish Open. It is day 1, we just landed here in Dublin. First tournament on the registration for us is the 1150 mystery bounty. I've jumped straight in and I have run up quite the stack. The vlog starts here. Let's go.
So the first hand, we're jumping right into it, and the blinds are at 600, 1200. But things are about to get interesting. We have to travel back in time to give some context on this particular villain.
Where this guy, Arthouse, who I've played with online for years, crushed my dreams. I walked away from the main event tilted. He busted me when I had King 10, so now we're back. It's 2025, and we want some vengeance. He raises in the hijack, and we call on the button with 4-5 suited. Everybody else folds, and we're off to see 3 cards. And the flop, it's very good for me. It's 6-5-3. We flop a pair, and we're open-ended. He checks, and I decide to play a bit trappy. I check behind, and bingo, a 7 on the turn. We make a straight. This is where he makes an unexpected decision. He takes a small bet in a situation where I either expect him to be bluffing or have a straight. So in my mind, a bigger bet would be better. I decided to make a bigger bet myself. I raise him up. I bump it up to 7,000, and given our history over the years, I think there's a good chance he thinks I'm just fooling around. He makes a call. We're off to a river. The river is another 6. It does pair the board, so obviously now we can lose to a full house, but given his lack of aggression, I don't think he has many full houses in his range. When he checks, I'm in pure value mode, but I really don't think that I can go too big. I think he still has a lot of ace highs, king highs, and given that we play together a lot, maybe I can induce him into something silly. This is where he says something that doesn't make too much sense to me. He says,
probably I should raise.
But when he does call, he mucks pretty quickly. I tap my straight, and it's good. Maybe a little bit of vengeance from the main event, and maybe this year is the year I put my Irish Open demons to bed. We're now playing 1k, 2k, and eventually gets folded round. We find ourselves in a blind v blind battle. My opponent limps. I think he probably limps the entire deck. So I have 4 deuce offsuit. Not a playable hand. We'll look to take this one down pre-flop. I make it 7,000 to go. We do meet some resistance. After a brief peek at his cards, he throws in a call, and we're off to a flop. Obviously, both of us get here with a very wide range of hands, so when the flop is 9-3 deuce, I do pair up. I'm more than happy to bet and deny some equity from my opponent's range. I make it 5. And we spoke about resistance before. Here's some real resistance. He makes it 15,000 to go. I'm not in a folding mood. Although my hand's going to be tough to play on future streets, I do think there's a good chance my opponent is bluffing a lot. So we make the call. The turn card is a jack. And here, somewhat surprisingly, my opponent slows down. He checks, and with a pair in my hand, I'm more than happy to take it one step closer to showdown. I check behind. I'm hoping that that's the end of his aggressive actions. If the river goes check-check, I can show down a winner. But there's no such luck. The river is a 3, it pairs the middle card from the flop, and my opponent blasts. This is such a frustrating situation because I'm going to arrive at the river with some 3s. I don't know if he can value bet a 9 like this. If he did turn a jack, I think he bets it on the turn, but also because I have so many 3s in my range, it's so difficult for him to start bluffing again. This whole hand is super confusing to me. I have no real idea where I'm at, but eventually I decide to throw my hand into the bin. After the hand, Mark McDonald, who's to my left, I've been playing with him for years, and he tells me that this guy's nickname in Ireland is Any2. So now I'm feeling even more pissed off about my fold. Against a guy called Any2, feels like I should have called Any2. Okay, some context for this one. To my left is Mark McDonald, aka Slug Life. Him and I have played poker for years. Back in the day in Galway, I made the final table of my first ever UKBT, and it was Mark who bluffed off a bunch of chips to get me there. And now, we've played a couple hands where I've been slamming chips into the pot. And Mark says to me that every time I slam the chips in the middle, I have a bad hand. So I say to him, next time I do it, I'm going to have the nuts. And as luck would have it, one hand after our interaction, I get dealt ace-ace. I try to slam the chips in as hard as I can, but Mark picks up on it and says that was a lot softer. You might actually have it this time. And I did. But it doesn't stop him calling, and we go 3 ways to a flop. The flop comes down 10-8-3. The big blind checks, and I check pretty quickly. After a little bit of thinking, Mark chucks out 4,500 on the button. The big blind comes along, and given how splashy I've been the last few hands, the last few orbits, I decide to immediately check raise to 17k. Mark and I have been bantering back and forth. I shoot him a quick smile, but all of a sudden he's in serious mode. He's eyeing up my bet size, he's eyeing up my stack. And it doesn't take him too long before he announces those golden words. He's all in. Big blind's out of the way, and we of course make the snap call. And despite him having that read on me pre-flop, it didn't stop him whacking all the money in with an open ender. There is still a couple of cards to come, and of course we've got to fade it. We're playing against one of Ireland's best, and we're playing a big pot. The turn is a king, it's safe, we're one card away, and it's a 4, and we are scoring a massive double up. I give Mark a quick needle before dragging in a nice big pot.
Hello. I wish that aces double up was the last hand of the night, and so did the camera crew. They went to bed trusting me to put my nice big healthy stack in the bag, but I cannot be trusted, so we have another hand. Under the gun 1 opens. I defend 10-3 suited in the big blind because I am a bad player. The flop is Jack 9-7. I check. My opponent bets very small. I think we can call or raise as long as we don't fold. Price is too good with a gut shot, so we decide to call. The turn is a 4. Unimproved. Check. My opponent checks behind. The river is a queen, which obviously my opponent's going to make some queens sometimes. I do think that if they have 10-8 for the straight, they probably barrel. If they have king 10, they might decide to barrel. Therefore, not many straights in their range, and I have a 10 in my hand. That's a good blocker. And with about 20,000 chips in the middle, I decide to wager 52,000 chips. I'm telling my opponent I have 2 pairs or a straight. We go all in, and within about 3 seconds, he calls with king queen, which is a pair, which beats my no pairs, and we lose like 120k pot. So a very ostentatious bluff, perhaps. A little bit too aggressive, perhaps. Certainly would have liked a bit of a sweat from a queen, but the snap call sees us chip down. So there you have it. We did at one point have over 150,000 or so, but after this bluff, towards the end of the night, we are putting in 87,000 chips into the bag, and we will be back on Sunday for day 2. We do have a little bit of a break now because there are the flights. We're in nice and early, 1 bullet, 1 bag, 87,000 chips, coming back to 2-4. Plenty of work to be done.
All right, good morning, poker players. Welcome in for day 2 of our Luxon Mystery Bounty. We had 1,222 players starting this tournament, generating a prize pool over 1.1 million euros. We're going to be playing the final 183 places today. Main event dealers, your button has been drawn to seat number 6. Main event dealers, your button is seat number 6.
And here I am, eventually showing up to the tournament. We are 5 minutes late, but it doesn't matter too much. We've still got just over 80k. That's 20 big blinds. Let the games begin.
Is this me? Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm late.
As I'm still stacking my chips, there's a raise in front of us. We're playing 2k, 4k. Gentleman makes it 8.5. We've got ace king suited, a very good hand, 2 of the biggest cards in the deck. I bump it up to 23,000. Then something a little bit strange happens. Player behind me, I believe, raises to 35,000. I'm not sure if that's even legal. I'm not sure if it's allowed, but he got away with it. Action's back on me. We've got 20 bigs. We've got ace king suited. Am I weirded out, confused, and afraid about this sizing of the 4-bet? Of course I am. Am I not going to put it in with ace king suited for 20 big blinds? No. I'm all in. Guess what? Call aces.
Hey, have a great day, everybody. Just 1 hand later, look at that. Unlucky, bud. So that's the end of day 2. Thanks for watching.
And if only I'd have taken an extra minute in bed, we might still have chips in this tournament. Hands played, 1. Hands lost, 1. Players eliminated, 1.
Mate, if I was just 1 hand longer in bed, we'd have been alright. My diligence has cost me, unfortunately.
What?
Ace king suited. 3-bet. All in. Call aces.
No.
See you later.
We've just edited a whole vlog for you to get like maybe 4 or 5 hands from this that we could have had a
Literally first hand of the day. Ace king suited into aces.
Okay, well let's just keep on rolling this. This can be part of the
This is
vlog.
great footage.
Yeah.
This is the reality of poker right now. To be continued. Don't go anywhere.